Welcome back to another exciting episode of
You Must Be Joking!
Right?
Yeah. Anyway.
He told me we have subjects, so I just want you to know that I will be a benevolent ruler. I will be kind. I will be demanding.
We don't know.
I will be kind of demanding. It will definitely be a do as I say, not as I do.
Okay, Dad. How you doing? Anyhow, welcome everybody. I just got back from my vacation, and I'm pretty tickled to be back.
Yeah?
So I was freezing my nards off.
So it was cool then.
Yeah, 63 for a high every freaking day.
Yeah?
Yeah. You had about, 2.5 hours of sunshine. And then the fog came in again.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it was just there, and so everything stayed damp, And I didn't take a coat because it's 95 degrees here.
Right.
And so, I take a sweatshirt, and I take T-shirts, and I'm figuring, all right, that'll be just fine.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times I'm stuck in the trailer because it's too freaking cold out there, especially when so it's like, okay, and then,
Four T-shirts, the sweater.
Yeah, I got a chip on my tooth now from chattering. But it was fun. It was pretty good. So, I think next time we're going to the mountains instead of the coast, though.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to Ocean Park. Mm-hmm. Now when we went south to kind of check out Long Beach, it was warmer and sunnier there. There was actually sunshine by the water.
Okay.
A lot of people though.
Yeah. A lot of people with campers and stuff.
Just a lot of people. I mean, people parked all along the beach and everything. I didn't realize that was actually the largest beach, or the longest beach in the world.
In the world?
That's
really?
That's what it says there is,
Get
the
outta
world's
here.
longest beach.
No way.
Yes.
That seems hard to fathom.
Yeah.
Since, there's islands that are beach all the way around them that are kind of big.
Maybe they got different names.
Australia.
The Sahara.
Just saying, man. Really? Longest beach in the world.
Yeah.
Maybe it's some kind of just longest sand beach, whereas, talking about Australia, they have cliff faces and stuff like that, so there might not be all that mileage of beach before the next break.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's what the sign says there. World's longest beach.
They gotta be lying. They're always lying. They always lie.
Anyhow.
All right, so let's take a look at our subjects. Let's christen them.
Well, the first subject it was my daughter's idea, in fact. Because this is what she did to me.
Okay.
She came up and said, Dad, what is your opinion on Roe versus Wade? So I'm going to put the same question to you.
What's my opinion on Roe versus Wade?
Yeah.
Well...
And the...
Here's the thing. I agree with the rare and in an emergency and safe concerns about the parent. But using it as a form of birth control, I disagree with.
Okay. Well, you kind of...
Listen, I'm not pro-life because I think that sex offenders and pedophiles and serial killers should be burned at the stake in the middle of town closest to the house where they last offended, so that those people can feel some kind of retribution or reform or whatever. So I can't be pro-life. But I'm not pro-abortion because, I tell you what, if you'd asked me 35 years ago, I'd have been like, fucking get them good. Here, I got money for one,
Mm-hmm.
But I've grown up and changed, and you don't, unless it's a medical emergency that's going to harm the mother,
Okay.
It's unnecessary.
Okay. So this is how I answered her when she asked me. Okay. I told her, well, first of all, I'm not God. I can't see the future. Okay, so let me put another question to you. Is what I told her.
Questions with questions.
Okay.
I had an answer.
Well, no, because this is the answer.
Well,
Okay.
the answer is this is the 21st century. There's so many different forms of birth control out there that you don't need to use abortion as one.
Well, true. But Which would you prefer? Okay, would you prefer to kill an unborn child by abortion, okay, or let that unborn child grow up in a home where it is not loved, where it is not fed, where it is
Oh, you
not
mean like me?
where it is not given the attention and the clothing and everything that it needs, to where it's being beaten, to where it's being
You're
starved.
describing my childhood.
Okay, and to where it eventually ends up getting bones broken and all this kind of stuff and sexually assaulted.
Still describing my childhood.
Okay, which would you feel would be better for that child? To die before it suffers, or to grow up into a life of suffering?
That's not my choice.
Right. See, we're not God. We can't make that kind of decision. We don't know what the future's going to be. The only people that can make that decision are the people involved in that child's life. Okay? So they know their contribution towards that child's life is going to be further down the road. We don't. Okay? Another one, okay, is should the child be allowed to live if it's going to have 3 heads and its heart's not going to be able to support its body? Should it be aborted before it's born, or should it be allowed to live for the first 10 or 15?
Well, if it's got 3 heads, it's going to be a complicated birth. They're going to have to cut it right out.
Well,
And then
C-sections
they're
happen
going
all
to
the time.
experiment on it, and they're going to do all kinds of things.
But
Hey,
C-sections happen all the time. But
yeah, and
now let me finish the
people are
question.
born with deformities all the time.
Yeah, right. Okay. But this would be a bit of a debilitating one.
All
It's-
deformities are debilitating,
Okay, not necessarily, because
especially the mental ones.
not necessarily. Okay, so this child can be aborted early, or it can be born like that and then be, for the first 10 years of its life, be on life support, not being able to enjoy life and suffering through pain.
Okay, well,
and
what about
difficulty.
this? The child is born to a loving family,
Right.
goes to middle school, and shoots up his classroom.
Okay,
Should we have aborted him before?
again, we can't make that decision because
So-
we don't know.
So you can come up with all the facetious scenarios you want
no,
to
because
ask the question, should we abort things that are living
right.
just because we don't like it?
No, because
Yeah,
here's
that's
the other.
exactly the question.
No,
Yeah.
because here's the other flip side that I gave her. Okay, if a child is going to be born with, say, Down syndrome or autism, okay, now that doesn't mean that that kid is going to be suffering at all. In fact, every child I've ever known and every adult I've ever known that has or not autism, but Down syndrome, are very kind, happy, wonderful people.
Yeah, so are a bunch of dyslexics.
Right.
Should we have not let them be born because they can't read right?
That's the deal. You know, if because a doctor can say, well, this child has a good chance of being born with Down syndrome, but should we kill the child because he's got this disease or this deformity?
Or should we kill the parents so that they can't breed that kind of child?
But then again, that child is a happy child. Again, we're not God. We
Under
can't
whose
choose
guidelines? Who decides what's happiness for
That-
that child? You?
that child.
Yeah, so we don't know.
You know?
We can't in this scenario, we can't know what
Right.
they
So it's not
think,
our
feel,
choice.
act. Yeah,
Which
it's not
also
my
means
choice.
it's not the government's choice.
It's never been the government's choice.
It's the choice of the family.
It's never been a constitutional right either.
No, it's not.
It's absolutely
No, I'm
insane that we love the idea of killing children.
No, because there are also victims of rape, okay, that have had their child and love that child their whole life.
I
Okay,
don't care.
there you go. But that child is going to be happy.
We
It's
don't
going
know
to
that.
be loved.
We don't know that. Could be the next school shooter.
Yeah, but it
Could win the next lotto jackpot.
Okay.
We don't know.
Right.
These
So
are,
we
these are
can't
just
make
things
these choices.
We can make all the assumptions we want,
Right.
all the guessing and all these fallacies of fantasy that we can imagine, and none of it matters.
right, because we don't know.
But
So
if
we
you-
can't
if-
make that
if,
choice.
If she wants to kill something that's in her body that she doesn't want, that is also her choice.
Now you're on my page.
But I don't have to, 1, pay for it, 2, care about it, 3, like it. So
Right. There again, we're back to where you and I have always agreed. You know, what you like is what you like, what I like is what I
Yeah.
like, and you can't decide for me. I
Yeah,
can't
so
decide for you,
making
even though
up
I should
scenarios-
decide for you, but because you're not mature enough to decide. You know,
making
I'm so much
scenarios
older,
where
so-
you want to choose where abortion is the right choice.
No,
it's
no,
never.
because even with those scenarios that I gave you, we still don't know.
No.
It could be that child all of a sudden just straightens everything out and is fine and happy, you know. Or maybe that
the
parent
three-headed
will-
kid could think of the way to fix the atmosphere. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Right. So therefore, only the people involved in that child's life should be able to make that kind of a decision. But they should have the right to make that decision because it could protect the child from a lifetime of suffering.
I mean, I don't care if they want that right, then they have to get it codified on the Constitution, which takes 33 states, which they've had plenty of time to do, but never did. You know why? Because it's just a little voting trigger, just like the Second Amendment, a little voting trigger.
Yeah, well, anyhow, anybody out there that wants to join this conversation or have their own 2 cents to put in, please do. The
They're
phone is
probably
set
saying,
up.
"Abort it now."
Well, yeah, but my mother's already, it's too late for me.
Abort it. It's never too late to abort.
It's too late to
It's
abort
never
me.
too late to abort.
Yeah, because my mother's already
Are you
dead
going
and
to
I'm
abort
already
yourself?
born.
You're old enough to abort yourself. Come on.
Nah, I'm allergic to pain. It makes me break out in bruises and contusions and such, and I'm just not any good at that. Yeah. But anyhow, go ahead. Feel free. Call on in 253-254-6664 and let us know
make up
what
a
your opinion is.
scenario for abortion.
Or against. Because, you know, I mean, it's my opinion is since we don't know what's going to happen, we're not God, then there's no way for us
we
to
don't
make that
know
decision.
We're not God.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
do.
Sure.
Yeah, we do.
I'm not sure. Sometimes I think I am.
Well, sometimes I think you're a politician.
I know I'm a politician.
Yeah, see? And they're all garbage.
Oh yeah. I never said I was good.
Okay, anyway, here's some good news.
Are these the subjects?
Yes. These are the ones I came up with, not my daughter. What? Yeah. I was reading through the Epic Times, so I will give them credit where credit is due, okay? Because these people are the only ones I found they're not the only ones, but they're almost the only ones I've found so far that actually don't seem to have an agenda. Okay, they because so far
They have a different agenda than mainstream media. Is that what you're trying to say?
they don't seem to just pick on the Republicans or pick on the Democrats or pick on this person or that person that are not pro this or pro that. They seem to be covering the circle, okay, the whole thing. So anyhow, but I got this out of their paper, the Epic Times, okay, and the deal is cancer trial using monoclonal antibody finds remission in every patient. Now that means that everybody that they have treated with this new drug
Thing.
this antibody has actually gone into full remission and has not had anything come back. Okay. Now, the deal on this is it is a certain type of cancer, which is it's a good thing that they came up with a cure. Let me put it that way. Okay. In fact, you and I have discussed that we knew that they had cures and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but this one actually came out in the paper.
They don't want to cure you,
Right.
Because there's no money in curing you.
Yeah.
Keeping you sick and making you take all their pills. That's where the money is.
Yeah, well, then again, these guys are going to be making some pretty good money because, where is it? Yeah, a third of a little of that, ain't it?
That's what highlighters are for, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't have that much time. Yeah, this is for rectal cancer.
Okay.
Okay, which is a very common type of cancer.
Yeah, a lot of, especially for men.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying is especially from their control group were men and women, but they had them between the ages of 54 and 62 years old. That because I guess that they're starting to get hit younger people as they go, but that's the group where it's really hitting hard now. And of those, every one of them got better. The downside to this is God dang it, I hate this. Oh yeah, here it is. The downside for us, but the plus side for the pharmaceuticals. Let's see here. The cost of this treatment is intravenous solution. Oh, and there's no side effects, by the way.
So far.
Yeah. That doesn't mean they won't end up with a third testicle. Anyhow, but it's 500 milligrams or 10 milliliters is around $11,204 for a supply of 10 milliliters.
Okay.
Okay. So, they're still going to make their money curing, but they're going to make it all in one lump sum instead of dragging it on out and losing.
How many times do you get the treatment before you're cleared?
Well, that's what they were saying.
I mean, is it just once?
No, I from what I understand, it's intravenous.
Yeah.
Okay, and so, but you have to go in for a few treatments.
And so, is it each treatment is that much?
And it does not say, but I'm assuming that it is. Yeah. So,
we'll cure you if you can afford it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's another one where my daughter came up, because I was mentioning this to her, and she's 13, by the way, and she said that she thinks that we ought to have universal health care, so it doesn't matter, then we can go ahead and still get it all taken care of. I also explained to her that since considering the UK and Canada and places like that have universal health care, but it's very difficult to get in and see anybody because everything is blocked up, because everybody goes, well, instead of going to work, I could go to the doctor, take the day off. So they clog up the healthcare system anyway, and so not necessarily, but to keep the prices to a reasonable amount, I do believe we should have to pay for our own, so we have to think twice about what we're going in for.
I don't know. I think that the government has enough of our tax dollars that they could cover catastrophic coverage and give each household a $5,000 supplement to buy insurance for the small shit and for upkeep maintenance.
I think
per year.
I think that we ought to have to come up with our own, like we are now, only just not quite as expensive as it is, because it's getting to where even if
they can control the prices if they want. They just don't want to.
Yeah, right.
So the government could cover all the catastrophic stuff.
Yeah.
Car wreck, heart attack, lose an arm. But just for maintenance, I got to go get a physical for my license, or oh man, I think I might have sprained my wrist. That stuff. A $5,000 allowance to cover all insurance for that kind of stuff from the government for each year. They can do it. It's easy, but they choose not to.
Yeah, but I still think that we should. I think that things should stay fairly well. As far as the way it's laid out, where you have a job, you have your insurance, the company helps you pay for.
We wouldn't need that though.
But yeah, right. But I think that that's a good idea.
It would eliminate those kinds of companies, which would cut healthcare cost in half almost immediately.
No, because I think that they also should be regulated to where they cannot have their price. I think it should be a family of four. A family of four should have to pay this much, okay, every month. Okay, that way okay, we're not going to go spending too much. Okay, I think that it should be. We should have to have our own responsibility towards it. But I also think that the government should supplement. They already take
money out of your check,
right?
So that might as well go towards your health care.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But you want to put more money into it from another check and another check each month. And I'm saying that's a dumb thing to do.
That's what we're already doing.
Because if we eliminate the unnecessary middleman, we cut health care in half immediately. If we regulate prices, then it doesn't cost them anything more than what it is, unless you go to a visit and you need a shot or you need a cast or something, then yeah, it's out of your pocket. Fine.
I still think we ought to have the insurance.
That's the insurance.
Yeah, but I think
you get your $5,000 for a family of four allowance to cover for the year for the incidentals, unless you have to go in there and, like I said, you get like you step on a nail and you have to get a tetanus shot. Oh, $5. You break your thumb, you have to get a cast. Oops, $100. Instead of going in and break your thumb, you get a cast, and it's like 10 to 12 grand with insurance.
Yeah. Or like with me when I was supposed to get that treadmill test, right? And it was $9,000, and I didn't even get to keep the treadmill, you know.
That's an expensive jog, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, but
Did you keep the shoes? I had to bring my own.
Yeah, so I didn't do it, of course. I mean, it's like bite me.
Yeah.
They wanted $1,400 up front, and it's like, well, shit, I got a treadmill in the garage. Just come on over.
But see, under the universal healthcare system, that would work. It would be covered. You just like, hey, we need you to come in to do this. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not. You need 9,000 to come do this.
Yeah.
It's just come do it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but there again, I mean, you're going to get people, the hypochondriacs that just come in and they're going to be clogging up the system. So you make it to where there has to be some kind of out-of-pocket thing to make you think.
There does not have to be some kind of out. Just because you have a fear of someone clogging up the system because you might have to poop wrong one day, and there's a guy in there going, I think I need to wash my hands 100 times. If our healthcare system was in a working order, they'd know that the guy that needs to wash his hands 100 times can be handled by this person over there, and then you come in and they're like, oh, okay, we'll go poop in the jar so we can see it. It doesn't have to be as catastrophic as you think.
No, I'm not.
It doesn't have to be the VA.
I know. What I'm saying, though, is that there should be a monetary cost to each individual under most circumstances to make them think about whether or not they should come in.
Every decent country has free health. Every decent country, yeah. Get a better cam. Which one? I can almost read. Yeah, decent country, free healthcare. And see, that's the illusion. It's not free. It comes out of your taxes.
Well,
and if it's coming out of my taxes, I don't see a reason that I'd have to put more money into another middleman.
Well, right now,
you want universal health care, or do you want health care that we have now?
Well,
because you're saying you like it how it is.
No, I'm saying that there needs to be a lot of adjustments to it, but it's still a workable system. However, I mean, if you watch Medicaid, okay, you got people and everything that's been on welfare for the majority of their life. They've had Medicaid all along, and they go in for any and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't have anything to worry about. They just go in. Everything's paid for. There's nothing, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, in fact, my ex-mother-in-law was one of them that used to do that. She'd go in there because she had a cough. Okay. Of course, she wouldn't clean her house, so she had mold all over the place. We had
a good healthcare system, they would go investigate that if she's not under the understanding that it's her at home making this happen.
Yeah, so she goes in for a cough, even and to get some kind of antibiotic or something, and everything. And all she had to do was actually clean her freaking house and everything, and do the dishes, get the mold off the dishes and everything, and she was feeling fine, And I told her that and before I cleaned her house.
Yeah, well.
So. I mean, there's just, if they don't...
I get it. There's a lot of useless eaters out there. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And if I had free health care, I'd get this fucking hernia fixed. But I don't have free health care.
Right.
So I get to live with a hernia.
But you also say you don't pay taxes, so therefore, you shouldn't get it anyway.
I don't pay taxes. And I can get it taken care of for free two ways. I can go to jail. And if I'm in there long enough, I can wait in line and get it taken care of in jail. Or when it becomes a life-threatening emergency, they have to do something about it, and then I'll just walk away from the bill.
Excuse me, 911? Yeah, I got a guy here with a hernia that needs to go to prison.
Yeah, well, some people think it works like that.
Yeah, well, personally, I'll go ahead and pay for it instead of going to jail. I'm allergic to jail. It's just not. It doesn't fit me well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little too tight, especially around the collar. Oh, did you hear about the threat against Pelosi? Pardon my language.
What, from China?
Well, not just China, but yeah, if she goes to Taiwan, they're going to shoot down the plane.
We've been rattling that saber for decades, man.
Yeah, but
we're on the brink of war with Russia, which will lead to war with China, which is going to be real fun. Enjoy your serfdom.
Yeah. My big question about that one is, because they were saying they were going to, that they would they would shoot down the plane that she's going on if she goes towards Thailand.
Did they say that, or did they say if they came in with air coverage with our Air Force guarding the plane, did they say they would take that as a threat? That's what I heard.
Okay. Either way, my question is this: can we make a donation?
We're giving them the plane. Here you go. It's a big target.
Yeah, can we send in money for the artillery?
Did you buy NVIDIA stock?
I
got 2 shares.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Can't beat them. Join them.
Yeah, because I actually like that idea. I mean, she pisses me off so much. I would just as soon watch her go down. The downside is she can't fly the plane, so there's going to be somebody else on there.
It's never bothered anyone before.
Yeah, I know, but
we'll take out this whole plane.
Yeah,
for that one guy.
Yeah,
or lady.
Well, she's no lady, but yeah. She would.
I like the one going around now that's like, is this Biden or is this Biden? 2 different faces. I'm just like, does it matter?
Oh. Speaking of Biden,
his ears are different.
Yeah.
His ears are different. Yeah. The shape of his head's a little different. Who fucking cares?
Well, it probably depends on who's got their hand up his butt and everything, because hand
the size of the fist that's making the
yeah that's moving the mouth. That's the difference.
That could be changing the shape of that face. What's going on? My butt's been wiped.
Well, you've seen Kermit, the frog. I mean, his face changes size and everything. Because when they're moving. So I mean, same thing with him. I mean, everybody knows that, it's just a puppeteer in there, But speaking of Biden...
Yeah, who the hell elected Klaus Schwab and said that he can make policy for the world?
Well, again, who said anything about the same stuff for Bill Gates?
Hey, Bill Gates is a eugenist. That doesn't make him a doctor.
But he sure likes the proctology.
Oh, boy. He's giving it to you.
Yeah. Anyhow, back to Biden. Yeah.
Biden our time.
You heard that he got COVID, right?
I heard that he got double vaxxed, double boosted, and double COVID. That's the way you go. Double your pleasure.
Yeah, I got such a kick out of it because he went in. He got COVID, right? He tested positive for COVID, so they put him in isolation, and then they went ahead and they kept testing him, and he got better, and in fact, our last discussion,
the two guys, each one got it.
Well, that could be.
Each puppet just got it.
Yeah, that could be. Because then he turns around and everything, and he gets better, and they let him out on Wednesday, and so he goes ahead and into a personal meeting. And then he goes, he's good again on Thursday. And then Friday he goes back in because he tested positive again.
So are they trying to get those other people sick?
Don't know. But I got such a kick out of it because they
go in, don't fist bump them, cough on them.
But I got such a kick out of it because, they made such a big stink about, well, he is fully vaccinated. He has had all of his boosters, and that's why he's only a little bit sick with this, and he's going to be okay.
You know what's really funny is
and then he turns around in 2 days, he's out and he's back in with it again.
I didn't hear the usual rhetoric that, well, because he was vaxxed and boosted is why he's not in the hospital.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Anyhow, on that same deal...
We're conditioned to be complacent.
On that same deal, you've heard about all that monkeypox?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Monkeypox going to shut us down.
Yeah.
It's a sexually transmitted disease. Again, you could abort it. Avoid it. Excuse me.
Here is a article about such a thing, only it was... a retired U.S. general issued warning about the new pandemic declaration.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Now, this one here, it's...
what happened to the ninja strain? Or was that fake? Was that a lie, the ninja thing? Was that a joke?
I do not know.
Because I didn't pay a lot of attention, and I saw a couple of TikToks about it.
There were too many strains supposedly coming out for me to even think about it.
So back to the monkeypox.
Yeah. So anyhow... he was talking about, this U.S. general, U.S. Army General Thomas
That guy.
internee.
General.
And then there's a U.S. Air Force general also that brings it up, raises concerns about the WHO's recent declaration of monkeypox. Okay, and what they were saying is that in 2019, 2020, they were talking about how the government needs to come out with, and is going to come out with not only the COVID strain or the COVID thing, but they also needed to come out with another one to put us back in isolation. And he was saying there that the isolation is not a good thing, and that we should avoid it at all costs. You know, and here's a picture of the man.
Oh, looks like one of them actors.
But anyhow, but I thought that you would find that interesting
isolation
because it's the
is-
same thing that you were saying 2 weeks ago, about how, once we're not afraid of COVID enough, then they had to come out with monkeypox.
Oh, yeah.
In order to get everybody afraid again. But then again,
Which is why I was asking about the ninja strain, if that was something that was real or just something, an internet new strain. Yeah. But because they continue, like you said, they've got so many fucking strains of COVID, it's just like, yeah, whatever, all right?
yeah, and just kind of give up on it,
Fuck your lies and fuck your masks.
Yeah, but I got such a kick out of it because that not only did they say that earlier, but they're now it's starting to come out more and more.
Oh, yeah.
And why is it that a typical person is going to be so concerned about it if you're able to get it from having gay sex?
Well, it's not gay sex.
Well,
if your partner is bi and goes and does someone and then comes and does you,
yeah, that's what they were saying.
or if your partner cheats on you and comes back. See, so there's not. I mean, demonizing it by saying gay sex is part of their plan, I'm sure. Gotta be afraid of the gays. Oh, gotta be afraid of the homeless.
No, because that was the same thing with the AIDS. I mean, that was they tried putting it all off on gays. But
but it was intravenous users, drug users. Yeah,
and then, but no. When I was saying,
Because they were
I
sharing
apologize for anybody that might have misunderstood what my meaning on gay sex, but it was two men.
we
having
got
sex.
all your fear, buddy.
No. It was two men. The ones getting.
What about the women? They're gay too.
Yeah, but they're not the ones getting monkeypox. It's the males that are doing it. It's only if a bisexual goes ahead and has sex with another man and then goes and has sex with the female. That's how she gets it. That's what they were saying.
Yeah. Remember when they used to cut their palms and shake hands?
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, again.
But to me, that is not.
We live in an era where you can have safe sex, or you can be dangerous and stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are all choices we make.
Wear the glove, bud.
Unless we're stupid, mentally.
Well, now,
because sometimes people take advantage of that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you really should have used the word unless.
While some of us are complete idiots,
yeah, now you're going there.
The sharper of us should probably practice safe sex. It's the same thing with the abortion thing, man. We live in a time where a woman can get a shot and not be fertile for 5 or 10 years or something like that.
Beats the hell out of me.
A friend of mine used to get it. Oh my goodness! Whew, I'll tell you what. Horny as all get out when I think it was Depo something. Yeah. Well, woo.
Yeah, well, I know my wife, she used to get the IUD,
Okay.
And that was 5 years,
Oh, yeah.
And, but she had to, she when she would go to China, she'd, get it done, and then she'd come back and,
Well, because it's probably a lot cheaper in China than it is
Well,
here.
not only that, but they knew what they were doing. But over here, she went down to Seattle and got it done, and she kept bleeding. They put it in wrong, and yet they refused to say that they did, so she made them take it back out,
Jesus.
Yeah. So... it's just ridiculous. So anyhow, if anybody would like to tell us what jerks or idiots or fools we are, please feel free
We'd love
to call
to hear
in
it.
253
Bad
254 66
crappy
64.
teeth. Make fun of it. It's funny because anytime I post something that gets over 300 views on TikTok, someone's got to be, oh, you shitty teeth. It's like, thank you for adding to the compliment and the conversation. I think they're trying to offend me. I'm not sure. Should I be offended?
No, because there again, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, and I'm taken, so I don't have to worry about being pretty for anybody.
and if what they're trying to do and everything
beautiful.
is, yeah, and if they're trying to tell you, that you're ugly or whatever, then all they're
fat.
What they're actually doing is saying, yeah, I've been looking.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's another thing. I loathe having to use social media at all for anything, but it is what we have to communicate, so I do. TikTok. I've got thousands of followers that are only following me to wait for me to make a mistake so they can attack me. And I love it because that means they all are watching my stuff intently, sometimes more than once, because I see that they'll watch it and then they'll, I'm assuming, get on another anonymous account, come back, and they have to watch it again or at least click on it for a second so they can comment on it. So anytime they leave some derogatory or stupid thing, I'm just like, hey, thanks for the second view.
Well, here you go. If anybody that wants to, they can go ahead and spread the word. Let everybody know about You
TikTok.
Must Be Joking, right?
Right?
And then that way there, every time he screws up, because, we got a long list every day. Every week there's a long list where he screws up because he's almost always wrong.
It's always.
And
it's not almost. See, you were just wrong because it's not almost. It's always.
Well, I'm an optimist.
I'm starting to become pessimistic, boss.
But anyhow, they'll go ahead and let everybody know they can come on in, and start viewing and chat and give us a call, be part of the show, and let us know just what morons they think we really are, because I'm pretty sure that we can beat it. If you think we're bad now, wait for next week.
I can do better.
Yeah.
At being worse. I'm the best at being the worst, dude. There's people over here talking to us. Is his name Drunk? I like that.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I like that. Because right now my name is Blind. I got the wrong glasses. I need my ones to look at that screen because the twos are just not quite doing it. Wait. Tell bro we need to get him a camera. Oh, he's talking about you. This camera not that good.
Yeah. This one here is kind of foggy.
Is this one of the cheap ones off of Amazon or whatever?
That's the 4K camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because I bought 3 of them for I think they were $60 or $70 a piece.
Yeah. But that one there and everything, I figure it this way here. If in the fog I look pretty good. Okay. So put me in a dark room or in fog, I'm not bad looking. But if it's too clear and too bright, then it could scare people.
And,
so
I'm the right amount of ugly that I don't break the camera, but it can be clear on my face.
Yeah, and this way here, it's kind of like the old horror flicks.
There's a little bit of mystery here.
Yeah. You got the mystery, and then you got the scary.
Right.
Yeah. So
jump scare.
But it's not what
people gotta work too.
But it's not how I look. It's what I say that should piss you off.
You should see my OnlyFans. God damn it.
But thanks for joining the conversation.
It's
Drunk.
a lot of feet. Yeah, thanks, Drunk.
But yeah. So anyway, those were the topics that I really wanted to bring up and everything.
Yeah, because listen, on the subject of abortion, like I said, when I was in my early 20s. I definitely. Oops, did I get you? Scoop that AV out. Scoop it. But I've changed since then, and I've, and here's the really funny thing is I'm with her because she didn't want to have kids. And I was like, well, I should just go get a vasectomy then. She said, well, don't take the choice away. I was like, oh. She has hope for me, I guess. You foolish woman. Oh, wait, no. You stupid woman. Hello.
No, because what she's thinking is, by the time you're 65, okay, maybe your DNA wasn't as bad as what she thought it might be, so there could be a chance.
So I'm not gonna dash her dreams.
Well, she's a woman of high hopes. You know.
She is.
Yeah.
I don't know what she sees in me, but whatever.
I'm thinking
I'll take it.
I'm thinking she needs the twos also.
She was talking about needing new contact lenses. I better delay that.
Yeah, I like it when my wife does this. When she
Depends on where.
When she squints, I know I'm looking all right. You know?
Monkeypox. You know, they're never going to stop trying to take the guns away either. Because they're going to have to raise our taxes so high.
Did you hear about that?
Which one?
About this one that was going on, yesterday or day before and everything, where they were trying to say that, even semi-auto handguns.
Oh, yeah. Because I think about 2 weeks ago, Associated Press finally redefined or changed their lexicon because they said we need to stop saying assault weapon because assault weapon is wrong.
Right.
Unless I'm clubbing you over the head with my gun or my rifle, it is not an assault weapon at no time. So now they went, got to call it what it is, semi-automatic.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they use that language, and they used it in this new bill so that anything that is semi-automatic, and that means handguns, anything with up to 10 rounds, that can hold up to 10 rounds is going to be banned.
Yeah, anything with what they consider a high-capacity clip.
Yeah, 10 rounds.
Yeah, which to me, high capacity would be 15 or more.
17 is like the handgun with I think the 9 mils can have up to, maybe it is 15 plus one in the chamber.
Yeah. So, but anything bigger than that, then okay.
And that's from the factory, which means you have to get a buffered clip to go in that gun.
Yeah.
And those malfunction.
But the question is, what does that matter? I mean, you can get the extra cylinders for a revolver to where you can rapid reload those.
Get those speed loaders for all 6 at once.
Yeah. You walk in, okay, you got a clip that has 5 rounds in it and everything, but you got 20 clips. Pop, 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 same thing. So no matter what they do,
and if you're practiced, it slows you down maybe the amount of 2 trigger pulls to.
Yeah.
If you're practiced at it and you really want to go out and kill a bunch of people or things or whatever.
Yeah, or if you're in a movie like Salt, or something like that.
Oh yeah, Salt.
Yeah.
But yeah,
or you just up like that and it goes up into the air and then you turn the gun upside down and it lands in there and.
So what was it? Thomas Jefferson, I think, said the beauty of the Second Amendment is you never notice it until you have to use it. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to take it away from us, which means it must be getting close to time to use it.
Well, it already is time to use it.
Yeah, but we're so conditioned to be complacent that we're waiting. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for someone else to do it? Because if I, as a single person, went and say put Carl Schwab out of his business, they would label me as a solo terrorist or a nut or whatever. I mean, to be right about the nut, but
I was going to say,
but they, I'll be in some kind of fringe group, It won't be what it really is, which is that guy thinks he runs the world. We should probably stop it because we're letting him do bad stuff.
Yeah.
But what are we waiting for? I don't know. Maybe we need Ted Kaczynski back. Start writing letters to people.
Well, writing letters would not be a bad idea. Okay. Because that's
a euphemism, folks. Look up Ted Kaczynski.
yeah. But I'm just saying, writing letters would not be a bad idea to make yourself, or at least to try to get yourself heard in certain circles.
Well, yeah, and then this day and age, we use this crap called email because I emailed every single candidate in the ballot book that came to my house that I saw interest in. I just wanted to have. I just wanted 2 answers. And what's funny, where do you stand on abortion? Where do you stand on guns? Was what I asked. And when I got the answers back, it determined whether or not I was going to put their name in the ballot. So the real, we'll know for real if the people of this country want change in November. If the
Well-
same people are sitting in their chairs, because there's a chance to unseat a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
And whether you're a Democrat that thinks that these Republicans are bad, or you're a Republican that thinks these Democrats are bad, we all got the same ballot. So we can all make the same choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
None of the above. The complete empty seat, a new person completely. Whoever's sitting there. McConnell and whoever's against him. God, who's a Murray, Patty Murray, and
yeah.
whoever's against her, he's right there. Don, yep, Don, that's the guy. Yeah,
Yeah. I will agree with you on that part of it. I think that anybody that's in office and has been for more than one term should be ousted, whether you like them or not. Because
No,
at this
they're
point,
they're all trash.
yeah, well, they're all corrupted.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want change, then you're going to have to change it. Okay. The problem is that most people that I've seen so far, okay, I'm not saying there's no hope, but from what I've seen so far, most people don't have enough oomph to want to put in the effort.
Well, yeah, well,
they know Patty Murray's name.
For decades, I have said voting doesn't matter, even at the state level, and I've cited the stadium
Yeah.
and tabs as proof that here in Washington, it don't work at the state level if they don't want it to. So I go on and I'm like, hey, here it is. Here's the pamphlet. This is a big time because the 400 seats and everyone's voting doesn't work. Okay, well then what are we waiting for? Serious question.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, so, anyhow, once again, you guys actually want to be heard on here, your own opinions. That includes you, drunk.
Yeah.
Go ahead and...
that sounds kind of funny, though. That includes you, drunk.
anyhow, go ahead
So
and
much
call
slander.
in. Call in, 253-254-6664.
Yeah, let us know when we're going to start this civil war, because what we need is a revolution, and what they want is a civil war, and they're going to get what they want.
Well,
And the only reason I say that is because there are people that that support them. And so maybe what I see wrong, they don't see wrong. They see something else wrong from their side.
yeah.
Ergo, civil war.
Yeah, yeah. But it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't,
And
but
it shouldn't be that way. We should be able to come up with solutions through the ballots and through more peaceful channels. Okay. BLM, that was a total waste because they started out as going peaceful and then they went completely ballistic.
Well,
But
Black
that was
Lives
just-
Matter, yes.
that was just to get through-
BlackLivesMatter.org. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but they were peaceful just long enough to get into the door, and then once they got through the door and everything, then the party came on.
Well,
Then it was more like
they
a
had a
free-for-all.
good movement
Yeah,
that got momentum behind it,
right,
and then it got bastardized.
right. It's kind of like when you take when you take X-Lax, but you take too much.
Because they're right. Black lives do matter. They're right. They were being killed by cops.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
those guys took it over. The BLM.org took money and said that they were giving it to sub-chapters.
Yeah, yeah.
And never showed up. But hey, they got themselves some houses. I think they bought like 4 houses that either totaled over $3 million or were like around $3 million each, something like that. But whatever.
Yeah.
So the movement itself, cool. The people that ran that organization should probably be hung.
Well, at least imprisoned.
Yeah. Because they fucked that movement up.
Yeah. Well, but I'm just saying, that it started out good and it started out making sense, and then they just totally screwed it up.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I said,
you can't be uniting people and making sense. I think, therefore, I am a threat to the people that want to control me.
So but I do believe that we have the opportunity to do things and make the changes without an actual civil war
Well,
or
we'll see what
revolution.
happens this November.
Okay.
This November is going to be the real eye opener for me. Whether we just want to, whether we want change, or if we just want to keep talking about that we want change.
Yeah. Well, so make sure that you carry both pairs, the ones and the twos.
Okay.
So you can actually see both ways.
Roger that.
Yeah.
Roger that. I'll even bring the threes so I can look at my phone.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and that way there you can get a real close look.
Well, yeah, because I need the threes for the phone because the letters are damn small.
Yeah, my eyes used to be pretty good, and most of the things that I look at on here, you can just go like that and make it bigger.
Yeah. But then I got to do this while I'm reading.
Yeah.
And this is too
But
much
not,
work.
but not all of them you
I'm
can do
lazy.
that. A lot of the stuff that I'm trying to read or trying to see the details or whatever, I go like this and nothing happens. And it's like, oh, crap, where's my glasses? And then in some cases, it's kind of like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of those around the house.
Where I'd really like to have my eyes back when I was 20 or 30 or 40,
So there's no such thing as a recession.
It seems to me like things are getting kind of recessed.
I've been on recess for a while now. Yeah, what's that name?
They're trying
what's
to-
that chick's name? Jean
I don't
something,
remember.
Karine something. The White House mouthpiece that hasn't told one word of truth since she started. Oh wait, that's all of them.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
Never mind. It's just a flow of lies.
You're talking about the publicist.
The publicist, yeah, that
something
cute
like
black
that.
chick that,
Yeah.
that lies to us all day.
Yeah. Well, that's again all of them, but yeah. But yeah, we could make changes. We should make changes, and people should be willing to put
Bread
in
is
the
$1.59. We're in recession. I make my own bread. Ah!
Well, he's right, because it wasn't too long ago that same loaf of bread, was 59. So
Yeah, the Kroger brand bread where you could buy 3 of them for $1. Yeah, not no more.
Yeah, or the Safeway, or in little sandwich breads, 50 cents a piece, 59 cents each,
Yeah, no, they've redefined recession. We
Yeah,
are not
I
in a
know.
recession. I'm sorry, drunk. I have to respectfully disagree with you because the government told me that we're not in a recession.
Yeah, they keep doing that. Have you noticed?
Oh yeah,
In
they
the-
move
in
them
the-
goalposts every day.
In the last 2 years.
Hey, we're kicking a field goal. Nope. Hey, we're kicking a field. Nope. It's like watching the Charlie Brown special. Lucy's just like football. Go
Yeah.
ahead and kick it.
Yeah, but in the last 2 years, they have changed the definitions of so many things
Oh, yeah.
that you don't even know if you're talking about the same stuff anymore.
Can you tell me what the definition of the word is?
R.
I think that was a Bill Clinton quote. Not 100% positive, but yeah, it's. Am I looking at it wrong? Because all I see is just massive amounts of division, and the more they can keep us divided, the easier it'll be for them to tell us that guy over there is the bad person, so you should probably, get in a fight with him.
Yeah, but God, it is. It's impossible to deal with the government the way it's running right now and with who's in there right now, because every one of them is just out for more profit for them. All of them, in my opinion, are criminals, because there is no way that you can do any of those jobs legally and morally and make that much money. So, I mean, they're using their positions to profit. So they're, in order for them to profit, they have to take away from others, and that's what they're doing. Is they're saying, okay, well, I want this bill to do this because I have stock in that, and that'll help me get more money.
Oh, yeah.
And they do that all the way around.
Drunk says they just don't want us to panic. You're right, they don't. They just want to keep fleecing us.
Let's
It's
see.
weird though, because they print money. Why do they even care about money if they can just print all the money they want?
Oh, well,
They control all the things that they consider valuable.
okay, well, I just noticed over here. I haven't even looked over here until just now.
We don't mean to not pay attention. We're just a couple of old stupid dudes talking about stuff we probably know nothing about.
Well, Steve says George Carlin says that the U.S. goes to war on an average of 20 years, or every 20 years since its creation. 200 years ago was an older show. But anyhow, it was, I saw where it said, there were two
messages.
comments, and I couldn't make them out, So.
Did he come back with the spread?
No, he says, making the text bigger. No, making us understand what you're talking about.
The finger spread. Maybe he's talking about that because bigger, smaller on the text.
Well, yeah, that could be, But he was saying, your girlfriend or with your woman, when you're with a woman and she's doing that finger spread thing in your lap. So is he talking like this? Is that it? And that's what you got?
Wait.
Okay, well.
It can't be this. It's only this. It can't be this. It's only this. Okay. We can work with it.
Yeah.
Once.
It's time for me to go home. Yeah. But, so.
I think we're too complacent.
Well, no, I agree.
I think we're too compliant.
I think we're too lazy.
I think we're 5 lazy. We were 2 lazy decades ago. Then we went to 3 lazy, and now we're at 5 lazy.
At a minimum, yeah.
Yeah. So nothing's gonna change.
Okay, well we're almost out of time. So
don't get monkeypox. Don't get the jab because you might have a heart attack. Have you seen that? There's a lot of
well, we've been saying it from
flying.
day. Yeah, we've been saying from day one. Not enough information.
Yep.
And now more and more information is coming out, and I'm waiting for the rest of it to come out before I start the lawsuits.
Did you see the 80s interview with Fauci? I think it was maybe 88, 89 when he's talking about the AIDS. Medication.
Yeah.
Well, we can test 500 people, then we got to wait a few years, and we test maybe 1,000 people, and we got to wait a few years because you can't really understand what's going to happen to people. You got to, at least a 12-year test.
Yeah, and then but now they wanted to do it in 6 months.
So we're on year 2 of the test
Yeah.
that they've done to us guinea pigs for them that went ahead and jabbed up.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Hey, those idiots are stupid. Give them a 5th jab. Okay, I'll get one.
Yeah. But anyhow,
I haven't been sick yet.
Be sure to check out NWCZ Radio and the Vegetable Soup Show every Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
On Channel 1.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's when Veg gets to go there and be a solo moron, or solo host.
No, you're right. Solomoron. That's one word, right? Solomoron? Oh, solo moron. You son of a... Yeah, it's fun talking into the microphone. I've been getting some good email responses, and so I just I'll read a couple of the emails out and answer them, and we have a little it's a conversation in slow motion. That's what it is.
And speaking of emails, you can always email him at veg@rubberchickenradio.com, or if it's for the vegetable soup show, it's
the vegetable soup show at gmail.com. Yes,
Right.
I know it's a long email, but it's well worth it.
Or if you want to email me, it's gary@rubberchickenradio.com. And also, it turns out that NWCZ Radio is more like a sister station at this point.
Yay.
So they also carry this broadcast on Tuesdays right after yours.
At 7 o'clock, yes, sir.
7 o'clock, Channel 1.
And if you listen to mine, I will remind you at the end of mine to listen to this one.
Right. And at, let's see, on Rubber Chicken Radio, this podcast comes on Thursdays at 5 p.m.
Awesome.
So, yeah, everything is Pacific time, by the way. So,
but thank you all for participating in this live trial of stupidity and ignorance and utter uselessness.
And we will be back again.
We'll do it again.
We'll be back again on Monday. God, I can't believe July is over.
I can.
I mean, it's going so fast. But anyhow, so next Monday would be the 8th of August.
Whoop, whoop.
So that's when we'll be doing this live again.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Drunk. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
And
Brandy.
And all of the rest of you. We appreciate
those other ones.
Yeah. So you guys have a great one. And
stay safe. No monkeypox.
Please. Unless you're really into monkeys.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'll give them that.
It's kind of like ringworm at that point.